American experience in Vietnam is under new management. Lyndon Johnson becomes president, and one of the questions that has animated debate among scholars is this matter of the continuity between Kennedy and Johnson. Would Kennedy really have done what LBJ did? It looked like Kennedy had escalated America's involvement dramatically. Kennedy comes in, there are less than 700 U.S. military advisors. He leaves, there are over 16,000 military advisors. Kennedy is on record supporting the domino theory. Kennedy has said time and again, we need to stay there. Other American officials have said, we need to stay there. At the same time, he is saying, it's their war. They're the ones who need to win it. But yet the rhetoric he has used again and again has in many ways put himself in a box. He's backed himself into a corner. And so many scholars believe that Kennedy, at the very least, would have stayed in Vietnam throughout the 1964 campaign season. For to have backed out at that point would, as Kennedy himself recognized, have perhaps resurrected the ghost of Joseph McCarthy. What would have happened, however, if he had won in '65 and then had a chance to do something about Vietnam after that? And that is the great unknown, the great what if, as some scholars have phrased it.
And what have you concluded as the scholar who's listened to more of these tapes than maybe anyone else?
Yeah, I'll take the safe way out and say, of course we don't know what Kennedy would have done, but what we can say about Kennedy's planning for withdrawing American advisors is this. I think the plan was aspirational. I think he very much desired to reduce the American military presence in Vietnam. He was deeply uncomfortable with that. We know that from the get-go he was uncomfortable with it. At the time that he understood that the anti-communist effort was important, and I do believe he believed that the ideological dimension was there. I also think, however, that he was a creative thinker. He didn't think in black and white terms. It's likely that as uncomfortable as he was with this commitment, he wouldn't have been able to get out no matter what. He would have had to find some kind of circumstance that would have allowed him to ratchet down that commitment in just the right way that would have allowed him to preserve his political standing at home with Americans. So I think the commitment to get Americans out of Vietnam was aspirational. He wanted it, but I think it was also conditional. It had to be done in just the right way.